Going to do a brief little shop update here. It's not going to be a long shop update. It's just actually going to be about some things that I purchased for the shop on Saturday at an auction. So it's going to be brief, and it's only going to cover that subject. So it's just going to be about the things that I bought. So bring you back. Okay, just a quick shot. This is the stuff that I picked up at the auction on Saturday. It's a rotary welding table, positioner, a grinder, bench grinder. Well, it's a pedestal type grinder, 2-inch wheels on it, and a welding table. I don't have a thing. I'm going to say that's 1.5-inch thick plate steel on that. Kind of an ornate legs on it. That's kind of why I got it. So I'll show you a shot after I get it in the shop. Okay, so here is a rotary welding table. Got this stuff off of the trailer into the shop. Here it is. It's got looks to be a 1/2-inch plate on top. Motor. Now I haven't they cut the cord, so looks like it's 110. I'll have to check the motor, but it's a positioner. The foot pedal has a rheostat in it, so you make it go fast, slow, forward, backwards. So there's that welding table. Positioner. The guy that owned the company that I got this from, not the auctioneer, the guy that owned the company that I got it from, said I stole it actually. I gotta tell you, I paid $50 for it. Way more than scrap prices. But it'll be a great asset to the shop if I get it to work. The other thing that I was kind of thinking about doing is, what I'll do is just throw some cardboard or paper over the top of it. I can throw things on there that I want to paint and just spin them around as to cover the sides instead of having to walk around the table. But anyways, here's that little welding table that I bought. Now, it's pretty short. They had a bunch of tables there that they used for welding tables, and some of them were pretty big, maybe 3 feet wide and 10 feet long, and pretty thick plate steel. I'm not going to say as thick as this thing is because that's 2-inch plate, and that's cast iron legs on it supporting it. Thing is heavy. I didn't really try, but if you walk up to it and try and pick up one end of it, you can't do it. So there's that. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with that. I mean, it would make a nice little welding table if I had a small chair or something to sit beside. Maybe I could use one of those seat dollies, like that Craftsman roll around seat dolly right there, and set something on it to weld it, be that low. But I'm going to think about that. I paid $125 for that, I think it was. But the big thing that I got is this Baldor grinder in the pedestal. the original pedestal with the grinder. It is a Baldor pedestal. It's laying down right now because I just unloaded it off of the trailer, and I actually need somebody. I'll sling it. I wrap the sling around, but it's kind of hard to have it on the forklift with a sling around it and hold it steady so that it can set upright while you lower it. So I just need somebody else in the shop, probably next time my grandson's in here. But before I can do anything with it, set it up, I don't want to set it up until I know where I'm going to put it, because it's going to be hard to stand back up again to move it. Once you move it, what happens is the base swings out from under it a little bit, so it's cocked at an angle, and when you lower it with the forklift, it just wants to lay down flat instead of sitting on its base. But anyways, there's that. I gotta tell you a funny story though. About a year ago, there was a guy in Craigslist that had some end mills listed for sale. There was probably 25 or 30 of them. I'll take you over and show you after the end mills. There's some of them. I've sold some of them. I'm going to keep some of them. But I regress. He had probably 40 of these grinding wheels, and he didn't know what to do with them. He said if he couldn't find, he asked me if I wanted to buy them, and I didn't want to buy them because I had nothing that they would go on at the time. He said, well, if he didn't find a buyer, he was going to throw them away. And here I am a year later with a grinder that those things would have fit on. And I'm kind of wondering, I don't know whether I've still got that guy's telephone number to see if what he ever did with those grinding wheels, but I'll find out. I'll just walk you over here and kind of show you some of the end mills that I bought off of this guy. And there they are. Some of them. 3 of them there. They were actually in this old Craftsman toolbox. There's some of them still in there. But anyways, part of the shop update. Bring it back.